Hello, Matthew Harffy here, and down there's Blue. Hey Blue, say hello. There you go, Blue saying hello. Come on then. So it's the 2nd of March, and the sun is out. I'm not even wearing a coat. It's a little bit chilly. I kind of slightly regret not wearing a coat, but at the same time, the sun is out, so I'm going to take advantage of it. I really feel like spring is in the air. You can sort of think, I'm going to have to cut the grass, so you have to mow the lawn. Anyway, it's been a while since I've posted a video, partly because it's been horrible weather and it's been raining and miserable for most of February. In fact, January and February in the UK, it rained something like 56 days or something. It's been absolutely ridiculous. But as I said, the sun is out now. It feels like things are getting better. We're suddenly, spring is around the corner. And the other reason I haven't been posting as many videos is because I've been very, very busy. And I know I always say I'm very busy, but I have been. And I'm up to over 80,000 words now, the first draft of the novel that I'm working on at the moment, which is going well. But yeah, it's been difficult. It's not been an easy book to write so far, and I've still got probably 2 or 3 weeks more of writing for the first draft, but hopefully by the end of March I'll have finished that very first rough draft. So sort of on track there, and I've got other things going on in the background as well. Of course, the podcast, we've been busy with that, Justin and me working on interviewing lots of great guests and doing bonus episodes for the Patreon page for the podcast as well. So if you haven't checked out all of that, we've had loads of great episodes over the last few weeks, and some of the people we've been interviewing, like Essie Fox and Vasim Khan, and we've got Sophie Perrineau coming up as well. They're all speakers that are going to appear at the Historical Novel Society conference in August in Maynooth near Dublin. So we're interviewing people that are appearing there, as well as other guests and other episodes we have just with me and Justin talking about stuff. So check out all of that if you haven't. What else have I been doing? I've also been working on adjudicating short stories, creative writing for an Eisteddfod, which is like a creative arts sort of a series of competitions and things. And that's the Devizes Eisteddfod. So Devizes is a town in Wiltshire. I've been doing that for the last couple of years. So I think this is the 3rd year in a row I've done that. And that, it takes a bit of time, but it's great fun, and it's brilliant to read stories from school kids, and help them, give them a something to aspire to, I guess. And it's brilliant. And I realised after I started doing those, that adjudicating, that I remembered. I mean, I'd forgotten. I don't know how, but I remembered that I actually won a writing competition myself as a kid when I was about 11 years old, when I was living up in Northumberland. So you never know. Now I'm a full-time writer, so you never know where things are going to lead you. So yeah, maybe some of the kids that are marking their stories, maybe one or two of them will end up becoming full-time writers. You never know. So that's good fun, taking up some of my time there. And I've also been preparing some slides for a masterclass that I'm doing. So I'm doing a masterclass with the History Quill. So the History Quill is a company that do basically editing and helping people, mentorships and things like that for people working on historical novels, writers of historical novels. See if I can actually say that and make sense. But I've worked with them a few times over the years. I've done different talks and masterclass. I've done a masterclass before. I did some mentoring over the lockdowns of the pandemic a few years ago, of course. So I've got quite a long track record of working with them. So I'm looking forward to this masterclass, but obviously it's quite a bit of work involved in putting some slides together and making sure you've got something that looks good and you can talk about and make sense over 2 or 3 hour length of the classes. So that's taking up time as well. And of course, I've got lots of different events and things to look forward to as well. So just trying to think what those are, off the top of my head, trying to remember all the things we've got lined up. So in April, I think it's April 24th, we've got the Wrexham Carnival of Words, and I've been to that festival a few times before, and it's always great fun. It's brilliant. And I know I commented on the podcast a while ago and on a video about the festival I went to in Spain, in Úbeda, and said what a great festival that was. But in the UK, I think Wrexham is probably the closest I've come to that, where you feel as the whole town feels, it feels really special. It feels like everybody comes together and puts on a brilliant festival of all sorts of different genres, not just historical fiction in this case, but they always have a historical fiction night, which I've been involved with every other time. I mean, that's the last night of the festival, but this time I'm there on the opening night of the festival, which is the 24th of April, the Friday, and I'm going to be talking to Dave McCall, and well, I think his pen name is David Ebsworth. So David Ebsworth, or Dave McCall, as he is known, will be interviewing me about Dark Frontier specifically, and the history of the American West, because this year the theme of the festival is all around 1876, and so they're looking at what happened in Wrexham in 1876, of course 150-year anniversary of that year, and all of the stuff that was going on around the world, and in this case specifically in the United States of America. So we're going to be talking all about the Indian Wars and just the aftermath of the American Civil War, and all sorts of different things that were going on, the gunslingers, and basically it's the height of the Wild West as we know from movies and books. And of course, as I wrote Dark Frontier, they wanted me to come along and talk about that, so I'm looking forward to that. Then in May, at the last full weekend of May, 23rd, 24th, I think it is, we are, Justin Hill and I are going to be at the Hearn's Arrow event in Chepstow in Wales, and that's an event all organised for fans of Robin of Sherwood, the TV series from the 1980s, and Justin and I are going to be there as compares and interviewers for all the cast and crew, and really looking forward to that. So that's going to be great fun as well, and I think there's still tickets available for that. So I should have said before, the Historical Novel Society conference thing and Wrexham, of course, there are tickets available for those as well. So if you're interested in any of these things, go off and look at the tickets. And then what? Then into June, hopefully in June, it's possible that I will be off to Madrid sometime mid-June for the Madrid book fair. It's not 100% confirmed yet, but it's possible that I'll have a third book out by then, or sometime around then in midsummer. The third of the Time for Sword series, and if that all takes place as expected, then hopefully I'll be out in Madrid then for the Madrid book fair, which would be fantastic. Really looking forward to that. And what else? I think I've got in June, I've got a talk in a library somewhere in Malmesbury. I can't remember the actual date of June, but I'll dig it out and put it in the description if I can find that. And that's on a Saturday though in June. And then of course we're into August. In terms of events, then it's the Maynooth Historical Novel Society conference, and we'll see where the rest of the year takes us, and maybe other things will materialise as the year progresses. And of course I've got some book releases as well. So I've got the paperback of Dominion of Dust is out in April, so that's only a month away. And then the initial release of hardback and audio and ebook of Bane of Bernicia is the beginning of June. So lots of things. So around the time that I'll be handing that in, I'll be releasing that. I'll also be handing in the manuscript of this book that I'm working on at the moment. So lots going on for the first half of the year. The next 2 or 3 months are going to be very, very busy. And then I'll be moving on to writing another book at that stage. And I don't at this moment know what book that will be, but I think you get an idea of quite how busy I have been and how busy I am. But I'm not complaining. That's good. The sun is out and I'm busy working. So hopefully you will all be happy to buy the books and to come and see me at some of the events that I'm doing. And I think I'll leave it at that and say goodbye from me. And it's goodbye from Blue. Do you want to say goodbye, Blue? Oh, he doesn't want to say goodbye. He's just wandering around. But you can take it from me. He does say goodbye, really. Or he would. If you were here, he'd give you a cuddle. Where is he? There he is. All right. Have a great day and have a good week. Happy reading.